Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm excited today. We're doing meatloaf. But guess what? I'm doing my meatloaf in muffin tins. Man, it's going to be so good. We're going to show you a cool way to make the meatloaf, just something a little bit different that you can serve individuals on a plate. I'm going to show you a quick and easy sweet potato puree to go with that. I'm also going to show you a really easy barbecue sauce that you can make from scratch. Man, and you can just use it and try different things with it. You can add to it, take away, and make it your own. We're going to go over here and get busy. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things we're going to put on this plate. This is cooking today. Guys, welcome into Cooking Today. Thank you so much for being with us. We are going to do a really good dish for you today. We are making muffin meatloaf. And I know, it sounds weird. All we're doing is using a muffin pan to make our meatloafs in. So they're going to be nice little individuals that you can serve to your family and friends. Just a good little dish. And we're going to start. This is 1/2 pound of ground pork. We're going to use some ground pork just to add a nice dynamic to the dish. Okay, and we're going to keep on rolling. I'm going to go ahead and roll on. I've got some celery here that I washed, and I'm just going to chop up a couple stalks and get right inside with the pork. Okay, and I'm going to do 1 green bell pepper, and the way I do these is I find the split in the rib right here, and I will get my knife right along that edge and cut right down against that. That way, at the end, all that's left is the stuff that you don't want, and that's, you can pitch it. Super simple. And then you have the clean part of the bell pepper ready to go. So we'll just get a nice chop on this. Have to julienne it first. And then turn all the pieces around. And we don't want a fine dice. We don't want it minced up or anything, but we want a good chop on it. Just a good dice. Protect your fingers, guys. Always make a nice bridge with your fingers so you don't get cut. No bleeding. We are not going to the emergency room today. No stitches. It's hard to cook with stitches, I'll tell you. I've done it. It's hard. Okay? And we're going to just use 1 more third of that bell pepper. We want a real good bell pepper flavor in our meatloaf. Good protection of my fingers here. Okay? We'll get that right in. Just like that. Get rid of that long one. Okay, then I'm going to take this yellow onion here and we'll just clean it up, get the ends cut off. I'm going to cut it in half. That lets it be easier for me to take the skin off. And then what I'll do is just get some nice julienne going on. Slide that back in there. Okay, that way I can dice it up just with 1 move. Done. And get that right in with our pork and our bell pepper and our celery. We'll do the other side so we have it. And then just go across. Always building that bridge. Just like that. Now, I have about 3 pounds of ground sirloin here, and what I'm going to do is take half of it, so about 1.5 pounds of ground sirloin, and I'm going to add it to this bowl. And I'm going to have to get my mix on, and I'm going to make sure I hang on to this. I'm going to add to that about a half a cup of panko. I'm going to hang on to a little bit of the panko because I may need to add a little bit more just to bind it up. But this is our binding agent, along with an egg. Okay. And I'm also going to add black pepper. A good amount. We want to make sure we add plenty. Season it up real good. We're going to add salt. And again, you want to be generous with this. You'll end up with it where you'll have to add salt. We don't want to add any salt at the end. And I'm going to grab my crushed red pepper flake. I'm telling you, our toned seasonings are awesome. We are making the meal here with some good crushed red peppers. You got to have a little bit of heat. Okay, about a teaspoon. Okay, and what I'll do here is grab me a couple of gloves that I already got out of the drawer. Get them on. And we're just going to mix real good. And it's just a matter of just getting your hands right in there. You can hear the breadcrumbs at the top. It's just because they're on top. But they're going to get really blended in to all this meat. That egg, you want to make sure you get it broken and get it really good and combined. Okay? And it's just about squeezing and getting your hands in it. You really have to love on it. Bring the pork to the top and push the ground beef to the bottom and just blend it up real well. Guys, I'm going to keep on working on this. When we come back, we're going to get our muffin tins going, get this in the oven. We'll show you how to make a really cool sweet potato, little nice sweet potato puree. Stick around. This is cooking today. Hey guys, welcome back. Our meatloaf is all mixed in our bowl, and I wanted to show you this, and I kind of had to test it too. This is about the size of a baseball, just a little bit smaller than a baseball. If you have a scale, you can weigh them out. I'm not sure exactly what that weighs, but you just want to make sure that they're all really similar in size. Okay, and what I'll do, just press them together. And the reason I know that the mix is good, you can see how the vegetables don't fall out. It stays really nice together. So our half a cup of breadcrumbs was perfect. Our 1 egg was perfect for the mix. And I mean, you don't have to be exact, but those look pretty good, about the same size. And we're just going to make enough here to finish out the mix. Okay, just like that. That's beautiful. I think I've done this before. But you just want to make sure you get them all rolled up real good. Then you can put them in to your muffin tin. And we'll show you that as well. Now, I'm not going to spray this. I'm not going to do anything. This is, this is 80-20 grind. So 80% meat to 20% fat. Then we added the pork as well. So there's a little bit more fat content there. So you really don't have to do any oiling or any greasing to the pan. It will end up exactly where you want it. So what I'll do to make the muffin part of it is just press it in and then just give it a cap, just like that. Just lay over the edges of the tin with the extra grind. Okay, just flatten it out so that it hangs over that rim. Okay, and I'll just get a few in here, just like that. And I'm going to just keep them separated. That looks great. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more here real quick. Again, you just want to make sure that your balls are about the same size. You want to make sure, again, if you have a scale, you can weigh them out. That way you know each one weighs the exact same. Get this one right in there. Just like that. Do one more. Just like this. Just press it together. Make your hands into a cup. Press it in. Just like that. Now I have the oven set for 400, and we're going to put these in, and they're going to go for about 12 to 15 minutes. Just like that. So if you didn't know, man, ketchup is the base flavor for barbecue sauce. If you like it dark, if you want that dark look that it gets, you add a little bit of molasses to it. But we're adding some sweet chili garlic sauce today. This is going to give it some spice, going to give it a little sweet. And I'm leaving an option in the recipe to add some honey if you want to. Just give it a little bit more sweetness. Man, this is a great sauce. And I advise you, man, make it your own. Add a few things to it if you want. Take a few things away. This is going to be your recipe. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, while our muffin meatloaf is going in the oven, we're going to make a quick barbecue sauce for you to go with that. And I have a small pot here on the stove, and it's just a few simple ingredients, but man, it'll give you such a good dynamic. And I'm going to add a little Asian flavor that I really like to this. Okay, and the first thing that you need is some ketchup. Most of the base for barbecue sauce is going to be ketchup. And that is the way it's made from scratch. If you want to, you can doctor up just something that you like. In the past, I have used something like Cattleman's or just whatever you like, and just kind of made it my own. But this way I know that I'm pretty much making it from scratch. Okay? And to the ketchup, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sambal. And sambal is chili garlic sauce, just a nice Asian flavor, good spicy. You know what? We're actually going to add 2 tablespoons because I want a little heat to this. Okay. I also have hoisin that we're going to add to it. And hoisin sauce is another just staple ingredient of Asian flavors. Good for stir fry, good for, anything you want to use it for. The hoisin will give you a nice, deep, rich flavor. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of hoisin right to it. I'm going to hit it with a couple of splashes of Worcestershire, just probably a tablespoon. Okay. And then what I'll do is take my vinegar, and I want to measure this. So let me grab a cup. And I'm going to use 1 cup, 1/2 a cup of vinegar. And this is apple cider vinegar. I need the vinegar to thin down the ketchup just to make it, you got to have some acid in there for sure, okay? And you can hear it starting to boil. So what I'll do, grab a whisk and just combine it. Simple sauce. You can add liquid smoke to it if you want to get a little bit more smoky flavor, but the hoisin is doing that for me here, along with the vinegar. Okay? And now, what I'll do here, get me a little bit of dark flavor. I want molasses, and this will be about 1.5 tablespoons. Really give it that dark flavor that you're looking for, that dark color, richness, gonna be good. And we'll combine it. And it starts to look like barbecue sauce right away. Perfect.